And I'll give another example because she was asking specifically about what if they do something that's really annoying or hard to deal with or that they really shouldn't do. And I'll share again from my experience as a parent. When my daughter was 4.5, she went into this habit of throwing things and hitting people, and that wasn't okay, right? So in the beginning I just asked her to apologize, and I asked her if she understood that what she did was wrong, and she'd say yes, but then she would do it again. So it was obvious to me that I didn't want to punish her and sort of be mean to her, but I also had to set a limit. I had to set a consequence that she had to understand that this is not okay. So that night we were watching a song on YouTube, something with a dog, and she was watching that song and she wanted to watch it again, and I said, no, it's time for bed. So she really got upset and she took a toy and threw it at me and hit me in the face. And my nose started bleeding a little bit. So I just looked at her with a lot of love, and I let her sort of experience what she did, which is very important, because when we talk at them, they don't have room to sort of reflect. So she looked at me and she started crying. And I said, doesn't really feel good what you did, does it? And she said, no. And I said, well, it's okay. I know you did it without meaning to. I know you did it because you felt upset that you didn't get your way, and you reacted this way automatically. So it's really important to also trust that they can understand us. And she nodded, and I said, okay, well, we need to learn, we need to teach your brain to not react this way. We need to learn a new way of reacting and a way to be more careful and mindful of what we do. She said, okay. And I said, well, how about we have a consequence? So every time you do this, there's a consequence. You do something that, you don't do something that you like, or you do something that you don't like. And I said, what do you think, if you do this again, what do you think we should do? She was 4.5, right? But she immediately said, I didn't even have to talk to her too long about it. She said, no juice, nothing sweet, and no TV for that day. And I said, okay, are you sure? She said, yes. And the next morning, we were walking in the living room, and then she took something and threw it on the glass and looked at me. She wasn't mad or anything, right? She was testing me. This is very important. They will test you, and if you cave, you lost the game. You can't feel sorry for them. You can't think, oh, they regretted it, so it's okay, I'll let it slide. No. A deal is a deal. A limit is a limit, right? A consequence is a consequence. So I picked her up very lovingly. I didn't get upset. And I said, sweetie, you know what that means, right? And she said, yes. And I said, okay. So no TV, no juice, no sweet for today. And it was the last time she ever did it. Because when the boundaries are clear, when the limits are clear, then it's like a game. They know the rules of the game, and they can choose how to play it. And if there's a consequence that they really don't want, then they won't do it.